Hello everyone, welcome back to Mount Wester channel. Yeah, seems that everything that is in our portfolio seems that everything is on a positive upside of the P&L. So that's how my portfolio works. And then yeah, so today I will continue with the daily market analysis with you guys. And then I start with a disclaimer that this is not a recommendation to buy or sell or trade in any positions of stocks. So basically, it is purely for educational and entertainment purposes and purely for my own personal trading journals, right? Yeah. Without further ado, let us start with analyze the stock market of US. So basically, oh yeah, so yesterday we actually mentioned about entering to DQ. However, it doesn't get triggered because the price actually came pull back down. So it doesn't get triggered because I marked the higher, I marked a higher price, right? So it doesn't get triggered. So today, let us take a look with S&P. All right, so for S&P, like I said, the major support will be 3580. This is my personal opinion, major support 3580. But if it S&P actually closed at a very new historical all-time high, right? Higher than the previous all-time high was actually here, right? Now there's a new high already for SPX. And for this particular counter, if let's say the stock price for the index drop at 20 EMA, it also serves as a good support level at 20 EMA. If not 20 EMA, a major support in my opinion is 3580. Okay, this is my personal opinion. 3580 to 3,600 is the major support, all right, for me. This is my personal opinion. Unless there is a major bear market, like 20% down, kind of bear, then maybe it will break below 3,580. Otherwise, if it is still a bullish market, then I think 5-10% adjustment, pull back down is, to me, is still a bullish market. So this is SPX. Let us take a look at NASDAQ. So NASDAQ also same. This one served as a major support to me. The previous there is a previously being consolidated here. Then after the consolidation, it actually break a new high. Then it came back down to this support level, which is at the 20 EMA. It also at this support line. 12,200, around 12,200 is to me is the major support, or this 20 EMA, right? So if happens to pull back down to 50 EMA, I will be very happy to enter into a new position as well. Otherwise, I'll just let this position continue to run. So this is NASDAQ, and every Monday, we will look at the weekly candles for S&P and NASDAQ to take a look at the bullishness of the weekly candles. So right now, because the weekly candles haven't formed yet, it's still on, today is only Friday. So wait for today to the market close, then we can analyze again on the weekly candles. Right now, I will use daily candles to analyze these two indexes. So basically, yesterday I did share a few positions that I wish to enter, which is DQ and PYPL. DQ, I don't manage to enter because, like I shared just now, the price actually pulled back down. So there's no, it doesn't meet the previous high that I want to enter. So this does not trigger. I actually set this price, right? It doesn't trigger because it doesn't meet this price. at all. So the next scan was actually PYPL yesterday, and the price actually gapped up, which I also don't manage to enter. Usually I will try to range my price $2 difference, 231.19 to 233.19. Within this range, I will usually get triggered. However, the price actually get up much higher. That's why the price does not get triggered. So it really depends. If you are comfortable to buy at a higher price, I think it's also quite safe. Because to me, once it broke 6 months high, right, the price should have just go up. Maybe we analyze a little bit on PayPal stock chart and see whether is it a good chance to take the opportunity to enter. So usually when the price gap up for PayPal, the patterns are very okay. This is historical patterns. Okay, historical patterns cannot represent the future stock patterns. So historically, when there is a gap up, like here, when there is a gap up, the price will usually remain at this range before it continue to move up further. So usually once the price gap up, the price will remain over here for a while. If you can see that the price get up and it doesn't move back down, that means, for example, if this price actually gaps up here, right? This is the gap, right? This is a gap. So if the price keep moving at the sideways for a few days and it doesn't move back down, that means when it moves sideways here and the candle doesn't move back down to this range, let's say it continue to move here and the candle doesn't move back down to this gap. This is a gap, right? If the candle doesn't move back down to this gap, usually when it gaps up, right, the price won't keep going up, won't keep gapping up and gapping up one. The price usually will stay at this gap level, this level here for a few days. If after a few days, if the price doesn't move back down to this gap area, usually after a few days, the price will continue to move up. So maybe you can find a very good support level here to place an entry. Otherwise, okay, otherwise, if let's say the price doesn't move back down to this gap, I think it's still safe to enter into the position. If let's say when it gaps up, then the next day the price move back down to this gap, then I would say it is not so safe to place an order for this particular counter. So even though it gaps up, it's okay. Just wait for the chance to enter. This is my personal opinion anyway. This is for this particular trend over here, right? As you can see over here. Same for, okay, this is for this particular stock. So like for example, over here, it gaps up again. Over here, when it gaps up, right? But this one is not a very beautiful gap. You see there's a gap here, right? This is the gap, right? It doesn't comes back down. Then even it comes back to this gap level. It doesn't go all the way down back to the gap. It actually stays here and then it moves up. However, after it moves up, the price actually moved back down, which is already broke 40 EMA. The price actually moved back down. So even there is a gap, right, there is a chance that the price will move back down. But if you are, so basically this is the like here, over here, there's a gap here. Even though it gap up, after a few days, then you actually get back down. So this is a very bad entry, very, very bad entry. Usually a very strong gap up, right? A very strong uptrend. Even though it gaps up, it doesn't move back down to the gap area. If after a few days it doesn't move back down to the gap area, the stock will continue to run. Just like this one, if it doesn't move back down here, the stock continue to run. Even though it moves down, it doesn't move all the way down. It actually moves around, hover here, right? Then after that, go back up again. Right? This is a nice trend to move up. However, over here, the next day, after the next day get up, the next day, one day, 2 day, the next day come back down again. So this is a very bad gap up. It doesn't show a strong trend. But if let's say your stop loss is further than this, then you are safe, because after this gap down again, it moves back up again, right? This is a strong, yeah. If the stop if your stop loss is further away from this gap down again, then you are not worried, because you can continue to, because after all, it will continue to move up. So for this particular stock over here, we can only predict. We don't know whether it is true or not. We will just continue to predict. So basically for here, we cannot predict the market, but this is what we can more or less know what's going to happen. Like for example, here it already gaps up. It already gaps up, right? So over here, it already gaps up. So you have to see whether the price will continue to hover around here. If the price doesn't move back down to the gap and break below the gap, then more or less this stock is still safe to enter when it hover around here. Let's see how it goes for the next few days. If there is a good price to enter, then we can just enter again. So maybe we can I will continue. Maybe I can continue to queue with the price I want to enter. Like for example, this is the price I want to enter. So because this is the price I want to enter, I can continue to set my entry target as this price, because after all, after it gaps up, right, it will usually hover around that area, the price, before it continue to move. All right, so this is a usual gap up. All right, a usual stock trend. All right, unless you are those stock are meant for those people to, you know, always day trade in and out one. Otherwise, if stocks that are in a very strong uptrend, it won't usually get up then suddenly get back down again. It won't usually do that. It will usually hover around that gap period, and then after that move back up again. So I can continue to queue at this price if I want to. Okay, most likely I can just queue for this price, continue to set a stop limit, stop order limit, right? Like around this price, then we will see whether it can get triggered. All right. So if you have been following me for the past 2 months, you realize that all the positions that I have entered together with you, there is no sell-off signal yet. Every position that I entered through this paid subscribe system, all are actually still at still making money. So basically, you can see that these are the stocks that I'm still holding. This is the date of the trades. These are the stocks that are still holding, and right now all stocks are still at a positive P&L. Wow, positive. Even BLDR previously was negative P&L, negative profit or loss, negative unrealized profit, unrealized loss, but right now it's already at a positive unrealized profit. So yeah, so basically the market is very, very bullish. My shorting position, which is CHL, is also at a positive unrealized profit and loss. So these are the stocks that I'm still holding. This unrealized P&L is meant for per one share. So if let's say I have let's say I have 10 Microsoft share, then it becomes $90, but this is per share. This is price per share. This is now the market price per share. This is unrealized P&L per share. Basically, it's formulated as 219.42 minus 201. So it's the unrealized P&L is per share, all right? So it's not my actual unrealized P&L. This is just for you to see that per share, you are actually earning this much, all right? So far, all the shares are still holding on and does not have any sell signal yet as of today. So I will just continue to hold on. All right, so tonight I will continue to place order for PayPal, see whether it will get triggered. And then that's all for today. Yeah, this is my today's session. Hope you guys enjoy, and hope all of us have a good trading month this month, December month, quite bullish, and hope all of us have a prosperous years ahead. That's all. So yeah, that's all I want to share for today. And thank you so much for watching. And if you like my channel, please click the subscribe button so that whenever there's a market opportunity, usually I will just post it in YouTube. All right. Thank you so much and see you. Bye-bye.